In any experiment, we need to include a control group. The control group is the group that is not being altered. So think back to our cow experiment. The control group in that experiment is the group of cows that are not receiving a special diet. They are just having their regular diet. They don't get extra proteins. So that allows you to create a benchmark. Okay, so that's how much milk the regular cows with the regular diet is going to produce. Now let's compare the high protein diet cows and see how much milk they make. Right? So we have a benchmark to compare it to. Let's try another experiment and think about the importance of having a control. Suppose I want to test the efficiency of these disinfectant. Okay, so I have a bunch of disinfectant here. I want to see how well they kill off the bacteria. All right. So I can grow bacteria in a petri dish like this. Right? So you basically put some bacteria in it, you give them some nutrient, and then they would grow. Right? So I want to know if the disinfectant is going to stop the growth, right? So visualize this in your head with me. I have 4 of these petri dish. Each of them has bacteria in them. Okay, just a little bit. Not they haven't. I didn't give them a chance to grow yet. I just put a few there. Okay, so 4 dishes. Dish 1, I will spray it with disinfectant number 1. Dish 2, I'll spray it with disinfectant number 2, and then dish 3 with number 3 and number 4, so on and so forth, right? So I have 4 dishes here, each being treated with a different kind of disinfectant. And then I come back after 2 days. I let it grow, right? And then I come back after 2 days and I look at the dishes. Okay, all of them has very little bacteria in them. Okay, they almost didn't grow at all. Can I conclude at this point that the disinfectant is effective at killing the bacteria, okay, at preventing the growth of the bacteria? Can I make that conclusion? Okay, so think about that for a second. Now you might say yes, right? Of course. I mean, they didn't grow, right? Of course, the disinfectant killed them. But you actually don't know that for certain, right? There are other reasons that the bacteria did not grow. Maybe something was wrong with the bacteria to begin with. Okay, maybe when we prepare the petri dish, maybe we forgot to add the nutrients to it. Okay, so how do we know that's not the reason? That's why we need to have a control petri dish. That's why we need to have a 5th dish before we begin our experiment. Okay, so that 5th dish would be prepared the same way as all the other dish, but you are not going to spray it with any disinfectant. You let it grow on its own, right? So when we come back after 2 days, we can see, these 4 dishes were treated with disinfectant and then there are no growth, but the control play that did not get any disinfectant, it grew. So I know nothing was wrong with the bacteria. I know that the nutrients were there and they are able to grow. This is what it looks like if you don't use the disinfectant. That's the benchmark. That's the reference that we're going to be using to compare the treated group with it. That's why we always need to include a control in any experiment.